actually feel a bit like I'm walking through the desert at the moment. Oh yeah, we do have a squelchy bit here. There is some bog.
Setting up on another backpack looking across Castle Rock where we've done a bit of climbing before. Great day. Looking at the lambs, just a little road section to start with, but it won't last for long, and then head up onto the Central Fells today. And just on the Thirlmere Dam, looking across Thirlmere, built between about 1891. This embankment was all built. The centenary year was 1994. Massive dam, impressive location. Very peaceful this morning. Just getting not a breath of wind, very dry. I headed up Central Fells, walked down towards the Codale Tarn. I'm going to meet Dave Thompson hopefully later on. The camp, try out the new Nemo Dagger tent.
There's Dave. We're walking alongside Thirlmere, or we have just been. Beautiful morning.
Tomorrow we'll be over there. I've got a bit of a faff on trying to get on the open fell side, I think, but might have to do a little bit of trespassing.
Catch you later. A bit more video footage. Okay. We're not quite sure where we are, but
Trespassing, that's where we are.
sorry? Well, we're not trespassing anymore, but we're headed where Dave's getting across the river there. You can see behind, we're trying to get up onto that fell side there and along the ridge that you can see just above my forehead.
Just to make this clear, we actually weren't trespassing. There was a local very angry farmer who was trying to stop us from getting through some of his land, which was actually a public right of way.
Central Fells where we're headed next. Back across to Bleabury Fell where we've just come from. Blencathra sat behind. Skiddaw, Bassenthwaite, and Sue just taking a few photographs. And then across to Langdale Pikes. Scarfell Range, beautiful. Third backpack for me in a month, fourth of the Sue, 4 weekends in a row. Would have been at work today, but where else would you want to be? Well, Sue might say there's something to the Matterhorn, but
Insects as well. Yeah, flies.
action.
Flies. Oh, action and stuff. Wow. Oh, gorgeous day.
Herself. She sounds just like a broke alternator, and she can make a killing as a telephone operator. I got a long-winded woman, and she gonna talk me to death.
crag just behind us. We're walking along possibly what is normally the boggiest part of the Lake District anywhere, and it's dry. If you set a match to us, it'd probably be up in flames. So it makes for quite nice walking, really. No squelching. It's going to look like an oasis. I actually feel a bit like I'm walking through the desert at the moment. Oh yeah, we do have a squelchy bit here. There is some bog. Right. But normally it wouldn't be like this at all. You're trying to weave your way around it. Ah! Grab that, please. Quick. I've just been talking about. I do not believe it. Now I'm soaked.
Sue been cocky so and so about dryness of what's it called? Something moss?
Long moss.
Long moss, where she was bragging and doing a spaghetti western whistle because it was so dry. Then decided
Drying off already, look.
she would try and levitate on sphagnum moss. Sphagnum moss is conducive to levitation. Anyway, we're now looking at Codale Tarn, Old Scarf, Standing Crag, and across there's where we're going to be tomorrow, but it's just great. And, one of us has some socks to wring out. One of us. More water.
It's all running out.
I'm surprised. It might be wetter. And even crazier was while in the middle of it, Ashley said, "Can we get the camera off me?"
Yeah, thanks for that, Dave, by the way.
Which
Oh, that was really...
my chivalry
hang on.
knows no
Let's have a
bounds.
look.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. Anyway, I'm dry. So every cloud. Approaching the last hill I've raised, and then it'll be Sergeant Man after that. Just walked all the way down the central fells, sort of walking, well, we are walking north to south, and it's been just stunning all the way across. That's back up to Skiddaw, and coming around the Codale hills and across to Langdale Pikes there in the distance. Sue's taken up bog snorkeling as a pastime. We got a snorkel today, but didn't stop her going in. I thought we were going to lose her for a while, but she's still here. Got some wet feet, and I don't know how on earth she got all them scratches, but anyway, another story, I suppose. I just had a message from Dave saying he's going to meet us at the Tarn, Codale Tarn, at about 6 o'clock. I guess we've got this one, Sergeant Man, another 2-3 kilometres probably before we get there. And the delights of a new accommodation, an Emo Dagger. So we'll be barefoot while she tries to dry her. Anyway, there you go, that's a panorama of where we are and panorama of the Lake District. Check back in, probably at the campsite or maybe on the top of the last peak, we'll see. Bye for now. welcome to
glorious place to be.
welcome to Codale Tarn.
Across the other side of the lock there. Yes. Wonderful. It's not a lock, it's a tarn. We're in the Lake District. Oh, that'll do for now.
It's pretty idyllic, isn't it, really?
You been here before then?
I've never camped here, no. I've swam in Codale Tarn before.
Have you been to
Last-
Codale Tarn before?
No, I don't think I have, Dave.
Yeah, I came through here. There's a guy on the top of the hill there. I came through here, came off there. Down there.
Yeah, this was Mr. T's idea to camp here. And we've just met up. Yay! After doing a 15-mile walk, which was fairly eventful. I'm going to zoom in on the reason for that being eventful there. And the tinnies are cooling in there. Okay. Let's eat. Take two.
Take two, right.
New Tent City.
Codale Tarn,
Codale Tarn.
Saturday.
Behind us. Here we are. And there's the two Daves. It's New Tent City. And that's Dave's fox. And here's our Nemo dagger.
One sock. Just lift your legs up.
Don't stress, it'll be in here somewhere. This is of course ritual for you anyway.
It's underneath you somewhere.
Dave has fallen for losing socks. Not always his own socks, I might add. And by the way, it will be around. Very close somewhere. It will be, it always is. You don't.
Here we are, having drunk most of it was signal malt. Dave's heading into his tent. Sue is suitably attired. Gift from Dave, which was very kind and very
Appropriate.
appropriate for the situation.
You've got enough room to put your kit in.
And if you get lucky, Dave,
No, you never know.
and that's our two-person tent. Oh, there's some rubbish in there. Someone's been throwing rubbish about. Codale Tarn. And the moon high, and we've lost the sun, and it's getting a bit chilly. So we're going to turn in.
our campsite. First thing in the morning, nice frosty morning, looking across the Tarn, Codale Tarn. Beautiful colours and 2 brand new tents. We're looking at the Nemo dagger and Dave brushing his teeth, and then moving round is T'other Dave, aka Mr. T, with his brand new, I can't remember what his tent is. What's your tent, Dave? The name of your tent?
It's an OEX.
An OEX Fox. So that's Mr. T. And we've all had an absolutely fabulous evening, laughing, a lot of camaraderie, a little bit of whiskey involved. And now we're looking round to the sunrise. See if I can capture that. That's better. There we go. Sun's coming up. Down a bit and you will see Grasmere. Anyway, take my word for it, Grasmere's down over that dip, which is where we're going to be walking out to before doing Helvellyn this morning. Lovely morning. There we go. Brush my teeth and catch you later.
Leaving the campsite. Beautiful morning again. Dave just on the horizon, Sue just heading away. Just gonna have a little walk down this way. Or we drop into Grasmere and then across onto the Helvellyn range for the second round of Thirlmere, or second day walking around Thirlmere, I should say. That's been a beautiful campsite. Leaving nothing but footprints and taking our memories with us of a great night at a great location. Kind of a beautiful walk out into the rising sun. It really is chilly this morning, a bit of frost on the tent. Can't really fault that. This is a beautiful ridge going down, Herdwick sheep just skipping over the back, catching up with Sue and Dave. Dave covering his eyes from the sun. Team Boot Camp has now arrived in Grasmere on a blue sky, sunny morning, on the way to lighten the load a little bit at Dave's cart. Sue's contemplating some wild swimming.
Heading up from Grasmere. There's Dave and Dave just arriving. That's Grasmere in the background. Vapor trail, which we haven't seen for quite some time. Look at that. More than one vapor trail in fact. And that's Seat Sandal up there for the wobble. And we're going up the tongue, which goes by the side of that crag that I'm pointing at there, just round there. And we'll pop out Codale Tarn, after which I think the idea is to go up Helvellyn and Dollywagon Pike. We've dropped our kit in Mr. T's car so that we've got a lighter load today, not carrying a tent, even though it was a very lightweight one. And that high level cloud that was present this morning is now lifted and it's beautiful. But here come the others. They're on their way now. Here's the guys. Anything that you do say will be recorded.
This ditch that we're walking with can't come down the hill, but it goes up the bloody hill. It's like shit off a stick. Who is it?
Oh, I like that. Thanks,
Anything you
Dave.
do say,
What have you got to say for the camera? Stop right there, otherwise you'll get a bit too close for a good for good telly. Hang on. I've come up here just waiting for this shot. There we go.
All right.
Mr. T
Yeah, that's
and
me.
Mr. W. Fox and Nemo. Or should I say Fox and Dagger?
Fox and
That's pretty
dagger.
good, isn't
Fox
it?
and dagger.
The Fox and the Dagger.
Oh, the fox and dagger. It could be a pub, that.
Great.
You been
Bye
to
for
the
now.
pub? Where?
Fox and dagger.
Well, now that they're open.
Oh, that was not bad.
And Codale Tarn. Mr. T. Followed by
Mr. David. Good afternoon.
So, just before our lovely ascent up Hell Valley. Grab a bit of water, I think, first. From this lovely town. Just off the summit of Hell Valley. Across the Katsi Cow through a ledge. A route down towards Sticks Pass. Next, and there's the head of Selmere where we started, and our car will be. Back across all the central fells where we were yesterday. And Sue, the director of this show. I think possibly maybe an entry into the Comedy Awards or something similar. Yeah, another beautiful day in the English Lake District.
Dave is now preparing to tee off. We found a cherry tomato, and this is our new craze, and it's mountain golf. Off you go.
Whoa!
Yeah. Well, that landed at my feet. It's got a little split in it. It looks quite appetising.
This is a par 35.
Can you not put a bit further there, Dave?
Put.
Do you think this could catch on?
It could catch on, yeah. We could even have a little bit of snooker. Right?
That's yeah. Now we're talking, yeah.
There. 1, 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
and again. Yeah, this time. In 4. Punctured.
I think you've stabbed it. Well, enough of this frivolity. Time to get walking.
Bye.
What a fantastic weekend. I never went missing in a bottomless bog.
And there were no side effects whatsoever. Thanks for watching.